Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to call the airline that we're gonna use to go to Manila, because that's the only airline that is accepting a pet in cabin. So we called so many airlines coming from Japan, but most of them only accepting pet in the cargo. But our Sky cannot be in the cargo, because even though um, their the airline or the airplane is a controlled for the temperature, but still, because she's a snub nose dog, so it's too risky for her to be in the cargo. And also she's a very spoiled princess, so mostly she will, or definitely she will cry inside the cargo. But yeah, so we found an airline that will take her to Manila and come back here in Japan, so she can stay in the cabin with us. All right, and before we proceed again, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Let's go, guys. Hi guys, so this is the information that I got from Koreanair. So we're able to bring Sky to the Philippines. So when you're traveling with pets, so number one, so plan to travel, so you have to know if you're doing a domestic or international. So for domestic, so you have at least 24 hours before flight departure. And then for international, so you have at least 48 hours before flight departure. So in my case, so before I book my flight from Japan to Manila, so I called them to make sure that the flight that I want to book, they still have available spot for Sky in the cabin. So luckily, so they told me there was only 3 spots, but still, you know, 3 spots in the cabin. So I'm able to made a reservation for Sky. So please confirm your pet travel via the service center, as it may be restricted depending on the country, the region, and the aircraft type. Traveling with pet is not accepted without prior confirmation, so that's very important. So each passenger may be accompanied by 1 animal on board and 2 as checked pets. When carrying pets on board, the seat will be assigned to a designated seat for pets. So there's a designated seat. Most likely it's almost at the end of the airplane. So number 2, check the regulation of the destination. That's very important, because you have to make sure what are the regulations to the country that you are going to. So we're going to the Philippines, so I check, because this is not Sky's first time going to Manila, so I already know what website. So it's so the website, I will just post it here, under here, so you guys can check. It's called BAI, BAI. So you have to go to the website and you have to do the import paperwork. And then number 3, prepare your pet carrier. So prepare your pet carrier in accordance with regulation. And then number 4, arrive at airport and check in. So make sure to arrive at the airport at least 3 hours before flight departure for the pet check-in process. Additional charges apply for pet travel regardless of baggage. So for Sky, so they told me from only one way from from Narita to Manila, it will cost me $225 only for one way. All right. Here's the pet travel charges. So additional charges apply for pet travel regardless of baggage. So after confirmation, the pet travel service, you can conveniently pay the pet fee in advance through the website. So here's are the pet travel charges for domestic from Japan, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Mongolia, Southeast Asia, Southwest Asia, including Guam and Palau, and then the Americas, Europe, Middle East, Africa, Oceania. So notes to traveler with animal allergies. So Korean Air will do its best to make accommodation for passenger with animal allergies by providing them with seats away from those of other passengers traveling with companion animals. Please note, however, that seat change is subject to seat availability and it's not guaranteed. Passengers who have an animal allergy are strongly advised to inform our staff of their medical condition upon reservation and must also fill out the agreement during check-in. For your safety, please consult your doctor in advance and prepare the necessary medication and emergency medical kit. You and your accompanying passenger may be able to carry out any medical procedures prescribed by your doctor in the case of an emergency. Passenger bringing an injector for first and into the cabin are required to have doctor's letter for security reasons. So this is very important for travelers with animal allergy. So you have to tell the airline that you have animal allergy, just in case, like me, I'm bringing Sky, so I don't want any harm from any passenger. But of course you have to let the airline know if you have animal allergies. For pet permitted on board, so Korean Air allows dogs, cats, and pet birds at least 8 weeks old. So at least 16 weeks old for checked baggage. Transportation restriction. So all other types of animals such as rabbits, hamsters, ferrets, turtles, snakes, chicks, chickens, and pigs are not allowed on board or as checked baggage. Avoid any type of sedatives or sleep-inducing agents, as it can affect the body temperature and blood pressure of the pet. Unstable and aggressive animals, foul-smelling and unhealthy animals, and pregnant animals cannot be allowed on the aircraft. Transport may be refused if it is suspected that your pet may disturb other passengers by making loud noises continuously, such as barking. If your pet makes noise during the flight, you may comply with the request of the cabin crew, use of muzzles, etc., to keep the inconvenience of other passengers to a minimum. Very important. Fierce dogs are defined by the Korean government. Animals that are violent will not be allowed on the aircraft. So for Sky, because she's I don't know how to pronounce this one, brachycephalic breeds that are susceptible to breathing difficulties or death during flights due to their anatomical structure can be transported as checked baggage. However, carry-on is allowed if certain conditions are met. Types of feared dogs are brachycephalic breeds. So the fierce dogs, so these are the types of fierce dogs. And for snub nose breeds, so here's are the types of dogs. So for service animals, dogs only, So service animals can board the flight without a cage for passengers with special needs. However, a seat be assigned to a service dog. Passengers traveling with service dogs do not need to fill out the pet transportation declaration form. However, a quarantine certificate may be required for entry into some countries. So plan to travel with pets. So can be carried on board. The total weight of pet carrier is 7 kilos or less. So for Sky, so she's only weighs 5 kilogram plus 6, maybe 1 or maybe less for her carrier. So maybe like 6, let's say. So yeah, that's the total weight for her and her carrier. And then permitted to travel as checked pets, the total weight of pet carrier is 45 kilos or less. So pet carrier guide. So sufficient space for the pet to stand, lay down, and move around. A container that is firmly fixed with screws and the lock cannot be opened even by an internal impact. Made of sturdy materials such as metal, wood, and plastic. For carry-on, soft materials such as fabric and leather are allowed. Equipped with proper ventilation and water resistant. So, and then here's all the information for carry-on and for check baggage. So guys, so I hope those information will help you or guide you, especially if you're first time bringing your pet with you in the cabin. So for Sky, for one way, it will cost me like $225 from Narita to Manila. And then I will pay again $225 from Manila to Japan or Narita. So that's only like you have to pay when you get there. And also there's like I have to email Narita like I think 40 days prior our departure, just to let them know that we're gonna bring Sky with us to the Philippines. So we're bringing him on board, and then they will book me an appointment 7 days before our departure, so they can check Sky and her kennel. So at least if they want to make sure that she's fit to fly. So that's also aside to that getting the pet certificate from the vet. So if you're getting a pet certificate, health certificate, so it will only last for 10 days. So usually they recommend like 2 days before your departure you have to obtain the pet certificate, health certificate. And then also coming back from Japan, so you have to have the FAV. So the FAV is for the rabies, because Japan is a free rabies country, so they have to make sure that for a passenger like me, I'm not bringing a pet or a dog with rabies. So they have to make sure, because it's a free rabies country. So I have to obtain or to get that. Actually I already have, because I'll always plan ahead. So I have that paperwork, and it's good for 2 years. So I usually renew it every 2 years, just to make sure that Sky is able to come back to Japan if we bring her somewhere, or to the Philippines or other country. So yeah, I hope it help you to, or guide you for this one, the information that I gave you. All right guys, so I think that's it for my vlog. So please, once again, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.